Hi, Cosh here again from Cosh Bushcraft. Just a little word on sourcing materials. If you're starting out and you're trying to make a knife, a little bit of a word of warning. I see a lot of people, they'll get some stupid gauge steel that is so thick that people sell on eBay and stuff like that, or they'll buy a piece of Damascus to do the first knife with. You don't want to be doing that. You want to get yourself a good something out of the 10 range. 1075 seems to be cheap, or anything from the 10 range to 1060, stuff like that. You also want to make sure that the gauge is not too thick. If you're starting off as a knife maker, the last thing you want is to start off with some stupid gauge steel. I mean, this is 3mm steel. It's more than enough for a bushcraft knife. I mean, look at some of your Morias and stuff like that, the tiny thin. I mean, half the thickness is this is a Moria knife, you know what I mean? There's no need to go grabbing some dirty great big 1/4 inch piece of steel, because you're just gonna make it hard work for yourself. When you're starting off early, you're just gonna make it hard work for yourself. The steel 3mm is more than enough, and it'll be easier to work for you. Do you know what I mean? That 3mm, you can see, is a good sturdy knife. There's no need to go for a big thick stupid knife. Later on, when you've tried to do different bevels and things like that, maybe. But at the minute, when you're starting off, go for a 3mm steel, maybe even thinner if you're limited with your tools and doing it by hand and things, maybe even thinner. Remember, this is a solid knife, a lot solider than half of the knives you get in the shop as it is. 3mm thickness. Don't go mad with your thicknesses. Another one is, I mean, you can even see there, look, that's a machete that flies through wood, and that's still 3mm thick. Do you know what I mean? There's no need to go crazy when you're beginning and you're starting off. Do you know what I mean? When you're starting off, there's no need to go crazy with the thickness of the steel. Another thing is wood. Beware of these people on eBay and stuff. They're selling you a piece of wood that's, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but when you're starting off, you don't need to be paying £9 for the piece of wood that you're putting on a handle. It's just too much. I mean, these here, this is Lapacho. People use it for tea, believe it or not, but it's like 5 times harder than oak. But this was acquired just by simply going on eBay, looking for wood flooring that was Lapacho and ordering a sample for 99p. Simple as. 99p sample is enough to do both sides of your knives usually. Do you know what I mean? Beware of the thicknesses, you might have to mill it down. This was already 10mm, this Lapacho, which is why I ordered it. See if you can get something around 10mm thickness is the best. If it's thicker, you might have to mill it down, sand it down, do a bit more work to it. But think about it, for 99p you can get like that to do Lapacho flooring, Curape flooring, oak flooring. These are the general things that you can get out of. Do you know what I mean? Don't be shy of asking for a few samples and doing it that way. The steel that I'm actually using at the minute for most of my knives is a piece of 1075 that I ordered from a specialist that does pattern welding. With delivery and everything, it cost me £76, but the thing was 0.6 of a metre by 1.2 of a metre. So literally you'll be cutting knives off this all your life. For £75 you'll be into stupid amount, especially when you're making bushcraft knives like this and you've got 1.5 meters, 1.2 meters of steel, and it's 6.6 of a meter wide. You literally, you could make maybe, I don't know, 50, 60 of these fucking things. Do you know what I mean? But when you're making bushcraft knives, basically it'll be years. You'll be years using a piece of steel like that. But yeah, that's a quick word on sourcing materials. And I'm going to do another video on tools soon. Tools that you need, good tools that I've found for a beginner knife maker. Because I mean, you watch these videos and these guys pull out some big machine work. None of my work is done with big machine, giant machines or anything like this. It's all simple machines that you can probably get for 60 to 100 quid, your typical hobby shop machinist sort of thing. But yeah, This is Camper Cosh here from Cosh Bushcraft. Again, signing out.